Hello, team. Welcome to episode 6. But if you try sometimes, you just might find, for those Rolling Stones fans out there, one bonus English point. I think I'll get a -1 for that rendition of the song. But welcome to one more class. And if you have been having class with me for a while, you know that I always say that you should sustain your English growth with 3 pillars: what you know, what you like, and what's new. Well, it felt like there was missing a pillar, like there was a failure in the architecture, things were leaning to one side, and we needed a fourth pillar. And couldn't rush it, couldn't make this up. So eventually, I had a eureka moment, ah, and I finally realized what that fourth pillar was. And I'm going to be introducing it to you today. And it is just as important as the other three, maybe more, depending on why you are studying English. And it is what you need. Humans, we are incredible beings because when we need something, we adapt. We learn to overcome, and it's the reason that we have evolved to where we are today. And going to other planets and chat GPTs and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's because we needed to change something, even if that need was just I need to make money and I need some time off. I need an easier way to do it. Does not matter. These inventions, they all come from necessity. And that is what the class is about. And we'll start with Plato's quote right here: necessity is the mother of all invention. Remember this throughout this class, because I'm going to ask you to either agree or disagree with it. But warm up. What is the next situation outside of class where you will need to communicate in English? Why is this important? Let's say that you want to start a running habit. The best thing you can do is to go online and find a race. If you want to improve your English, you should have a reason for it. And it's the first question I ask when somebody contacts me about class is why now? Why not last month? Why not last year? And it's not about being wrong, but I need to know why you need English now. And there's usually a very clear, specific reason. And that is where the energy, the motivation will come from. So identify what's the next situation outside of class where you will need to communicate in English. It can be for a trip, it can be for work, it can be that you're trying to learn a new skill and you want to be able to digest the content in English. There's no wrong answer to this. And objective 1, what you need. So once you have your necessity, what are the consequences if you don't get what you need? Often the consequences are what really motivates us. So let's say that you are hosting a client who's coming from another country, and they're like, you've been doing some English class with that gringo, so it's your turn. You're going to host him. You're going to walk them around. And what are the consequences if you're there and no, you speak English? You might get fired. So those are the consequences. What will stop you from practicing? Oh, life. And I've been working so much. The kid. I've started a fitness routine. I'm at home. I'm so tired. Whatever it is that you use as an excuse or a reason to not practice, identify it before. What is the closest thing you can come to simulating the situation? If you will be speaking to a client, you will be speaking about work. And maybe you might practice some small talk. You might practice talking about your product of your company. You might practice asking some good questions about the person's life. Oh, what is it like living in Turkey, whatever it is, wherever this fictitious person is coming from. What are 3 accessory exercises that will help you to prepare? So if you are going to be hosting this client, it would be nice to have some good vocabulary. So one accessory exercise might be to be writing down some key words that you would like to use comfortably um, while you are hosting this person. Another accessory exercise might be about giving directions. The person is in your city. So can you explain to them how to get to the different restaurants and museums, how to reach the tourist attractions? So that might be something to practice. And since it's professional, you might want to make sure you sound polite. So practicing some modal verbs would be helpful. Would you like a glass of water? May I help you with something? Could you tell me about what it is like in Turkey? So those modal verbs might give you one or two politeness points. And right there, you have three accessory exercises you could practice. When will you start practicing? The best answer is today, but maybe if you need to prepare yourself mentally, there's the famous "I'll start on Monday." Whatever it is that you think is appropriate. So the four pillars, quick reminder of why they are so important. Number one, what you know. So let's say that you are a lawyer and you and I both watch or read something related to law. And when I say you, I'm talking about you, my imaginary student, who English is not your first language, but you are a lawyer. You have experience with this area. So even though I speak English, you know, pretty well, I like to think, I'm sure you will understand just as much, if not more, than I will, because it will be familiar to you. Not only that, your life, the routine, your family, your day-to-day activities, what you know is familiar to you in your language. It will also be more familiar in English. So think of that like your foundation. It's something easy for you to improve your English. Number two, what you like. This will keep you interested. Everybody had that class in school that they hated. Personally, I like history. I did not like history class. I did not like the way it was taught, and it was very hard for me to pay attention. So, on the other hand, there was stuff I liked. I used to like math class, and I saw some math exercises recently, and I need to go back and study because I was like, but I had no idea what I was. But I used to like math class. I used to be good at math, and so it was something easier for me to pay attention to. So bring your English practice into that area which interests you, whether it's fitness, music, movies, your work. There's a lot of people who it's not only what they know, it's what they're interested in. Find what you like, attach your English practice to it. Number three, what is new? This is a refreshable activity. I always ask my students, how was your week? Give me some news. What's up? What's new? What has been on your mind? And whatever is fresh in your mind, the last movie you saw, the book you're reading, the whatever's happening at work, some funny story from the weekend, it should be more distinct, more should be easier to imagine, and it makes for good practice. And it's something that each week you can give a different answer to. Last up, what you need. This is what will get you up early in the morning. This is what will get you to do those little extra exercises that you might need to reach the next step instead of just, oh, I want to improve my English. So what do you need? Why do you need to improve your English? What embarrassing situation would you like to avoid? So that's it. And think about what each of these four pillars represents to you. Take a piece of paper, write them down. See what falls into each category. And if you do this in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll see that a lot of your answers will change. So this is good. This gives you more stuff that you can use to practice. Conversation starters. Let me pick a good one. I like this one. So do you agree or disagree with the proverb, necessity is the mother of all invention? I like it. I'm agreeing, since we're not playing depends. Yes, I do agree. Even laziness can be a necessity. So I agree that necessity is the mother of all invention. And Agatha Christie's version is, oof, let me remember it. It's necessity is the mother of all invention. Idleness, possibly also from laziness. Well, what do I think about her version? She's not wrong either, but I do think that there is a necessity component inside of it. I remember when I started teaching English, and it wasn't my plan when I was younger, and I had given up on studying engineering. It was not for me, and I looked at what I could do. What did I need? I needed a job. I needed money, and so that is why I started teaching English. And I do think that necessity, it'll be there at the invention phase of anything to some degree or other. So, last up, your challenge. And at most, 3 gorgeous, awe inspiring sentences. Write down what you need to improve in your English right now and how you are going to reach that goal. Simple, right? 3 sentences, then go and do it. All right, team, that's it. Thank you very much. And like always, I hope to see you in class.